Uh, Charlie Kirk has been politically assassinated. He is dead. This is going to be a very different video than our usual videos, but we thought this channel is all about bridging the gap, about political discourse across the aisle, and so we'd make a video on just political violence and, why this channel exists and what we need to do to stop this stuff from happening. So, I guess to introduce myself as usual, my name's Alvin. I lean right on most issues and I represent the Republican side.
My name is Luke. I lean left on most issues, and I represent the Democratic side. So yeah, bit of a darker video. I mean, this week has just been a crazy week in politics. I mean, you already had a lot of going on with developments in Israel, Palestine, developments in Ukraine, and now this is just like to bottom it out, um, a politically motivated assassination, and like yeah, it's wild. I mean, uh, I remember seeing this yesterday when it happened, and it's just horrifying stuff, honestly. Like you can't really do anything but condemn it. It's crazy.
Yeah, things are really wrong with society when we have to turn to things like this. And the whole goal of starting this channel back in 2022 was honestly to prevent things like this from happening because we saw how polarized our nation was getting even back in 2022. And we thought we would make this channel where we hadn't seen anything like this on YouTube. We hadn't seen anything like this really in the media at
Yeah.
large. And so we wanted to have something where we talked across the aisle. Charlie Kirk, obviously famous for his videos where he would debate others, talk across the aisle on these college campuses, and really, really unfortunate that, really sad, honestly, that it all came to an end. But perhaps that's fitting on one of those college tours. Just
Yeah.
horrible things.
Yeah. I mean, they still, to my knowledge, they haven't caught the shooter
Yeah,
yet,
they
although
caught
it
the
seems
shooter.
they're making progress, it seems, in
Making
identifying
big
him.
progress. Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah.
So
Um, but yeah, so very grim. And like honestly, like immediately, like obviously this stuff should be very scary to every American, I think, because it just kind of just cements the fact that we're entering in a new, very violent era of
very,
American
especially if you saw
politics.
the video. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Um, don't look that up. Um, but yeah, like I mean, obviously you have Charlie Kirk being assassinated just like not even like a month or two ago. Like a politician, like the
Correct.
former speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives was assassinated. A couple months before that, you like just political violence in general. You had Josh Shapiro's governor's
Correct.
mansion being burned
Suspect in
down,
arson.
and then obviously the
And
Trump
then
assassination
Trump three
attempts.
three attempts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the
More with
Whitmer
this
kidnapping plot, January 6th, it goes on and
Scalise
on.
on this. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, why do I need to have this many tabs up? This is brutal that I even have to have all these tabs up, and
it's a
it's
very
uh
1960s-esque, like during the string of political assassinations and violence then, which is very worrying. Um, yeah, it kind of just like I'm kind of like in the media aftermath of this, and I'm still kind of feeling it now. Like I'm just like kind of worried as to where the country goes, especially with like the rhetoric following this. Lots of like explosive like war cries from like Fox News and stuff. And I'm just worried we're sitting on a powder keg and one wrong move and everything comes
correct.
crumbling down.
I totally agree. We see people on the right looking for revenge, deadly revenge, potentially. I mean, some of these people are, definitely saying that they just want to keep the fight on, what Charlie Kirk's fight was, and obviously I support that. You don't support that, but regardless, we need to not resort to violence. I saw some of those threats from the right. I also saw a lot of celebration from the left, which also needs to be condemned. yeah, personally just saw a lot of people using on the left using this moment to dunk on Charlie Kirk, saying
Yeah.
that gun deaths are necessary for uh to to prevent like things from happening that authoritarianism, etc. But just not even giving this guy a moment to breathe, just using this moment to own him or
Yeah.
dunk on him, just stuff that I did not think I would be seeing after this, but I guess I should have expected it. On both
Yeah.
sides, just
I
can't.
mean, yeah, it is like especially like considering like he had a wife and kids, and I believe his kids were at attendance at that event.
Yes,
That's
they were
just
all
fucking,
three of them were in attendance and had to watch that happen.
excuse my language there, but that's utterly horrible. Like, and yeah, that's I mean, thankfully, like on the left, it's mostly just like Twitter randos, as opposed to like politicians and like people who have actual power. Like the Democratic Party, I think,
Correct.
has
Yeah,
done a
that's
good job of
definitely
keeping their
true.
people in check.
Leadership has been
But
doing
yeah, you
better.
see,
Yeah.
you're right. You see on social media, like, and obviously, I think social media does a good, like, a crazy job of amplifying the crazies. Like, but still, you never want to see that, and it is scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's even more scary because I've seen people that I personally know say, say stuff that, like who's next or stuff like that. Just I cannot fathom it happening again, but I assume it's going to. I mean, we sh after especially the Trump shooting, this
Yeah,
Trump's assassination attempt. I really thought that was a moment where we could just all collectively understand that we were millimeters from like almost the Civil War, and we could have turned down the rhetoric on both sides, just like a détente of sorts. But it didn't happen. We continued to characterize the other side as so invalid that it was not even worth talking to. And I keep seeing this on both sides that the other just characterizing the other side as so far out of the way that they can't be talked to, and that's what happens when you do that. You basically say that the other side is like subhuman or whatever, and that's how you get this. So I don't know. Just a short video for you guys. I don't know if you have anything else to say, really, but
yeah. I mean, just I think the last thing is like no matter how bad politics gets, like, or how like extremist you perceive the other side, how far right, how far left, how fascist, how communist, at the end of the day, the people involved are still human. And I feel that both sides have to maintain their humanity, maintain their empathy, and just see the other side as people. Even if they're flawed, that's just how like politics should operate. And once we lose that, like we risk losing our democracy, we risk losing our society. So yeah, I think I'd like just to close with that.
all right, that's a great closing. I guess on my end, as the Republican on this show, I also just want to remember all of the work that Charlie has put into the conservative movement. Especially just the recent rise in, the populist movement over the past 10 years. Obviously, Charlie Kirk, potentially a top three figure in that sort of movement, organizing the youth, especially to turn out for Trump three times in a row, winning twice. And he's definitely, I think, a major reason why a lot of young people are feel like it's even possible to speak out about their conservative values on college campuses. So yeah, just remembering the work Charlie has done, I think um, yeah, it's really a sad loss for the right and for America, but in general, I love the way you close, Luke. We need to absolutely take this as the final straw because we've seen close calls, we've seen deaths, and now it is time for us to reject the sort of online extremist hatred that's really everywhere because online you don't have to show your face. You can say whatever you want. It's time for that to end. It's time for us to recognize our humanity, like you said, Luke, beautifully said, poetically said, and you can hate someone's ideology, you can hate someone's actions, but don't hate the person. Um, and respect everyone's right to life. So that's about it from me. I don't know if you have any final words, but
I think I'm about done,
yeah,
but
that's good. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember everyone that has died. Remember Charlie. Rest in peace, and thanks for watching, guys.
see you guys.